Let me tell you something. You mentioned my book, Tavistock Institute. In my book, the Tavistock Institute for Human Relations, I explained that back in 1945, John Rawlings Rees was the grand master of war, psychological war, counterinsurgency. In his book, he wrote a book. It's a very interesting book called "The Shaping of Psychiatry by War." And Rees called for the development of psychiatric, what he calls shock troops, in order to develop methods of political control based upon driving the majority of the human population towards psychosis through the procedure called program behavior modification. So let me ask you this. Is this what we're seeing with George Floyd? Program behavior modification? And how has this behavior been modified by the events of George Floyd?
I mean, definitely. I think I'm not familiar with Rees's term. I'm familiar with mass formation psychosis. And if a whole swath of people still today believe that this event with George Floyd occurred over race, they are being fooled, they are being manipulated, and they're making a decision based on a bunch of lies, because even Keith Ellison, the Attorney General, went on 60 Minutes and told the whole world this had nothing to do with race. So you would know better, because I haven't read Rees's. Like, do you think this is a mass formation psychosis? Or
when we speak of psychological warfare, we're often speaking of ways to make the enemy afraid.
Yeah. Yes.
And in order to do this, we must understand the enemy's psyche. And that's what the elite have done so well during COVID. They understood how we think, what makes us love, what makes us hate, fight, run, resist.